Well, good morning and welcome to Green Cow. I am doing my very best to manage this broadcast here this morning. If you're here, let me know somehow. Say hi. Send up some smoke signals. I can I can probably respond to that. So what do we have here? Well, apparently Facebook does not yet realize that I'm live, but I am alive and I'm live. So here in Chicagoland, it's a beautiful but cool day. You know, we're starting to get a little bit used to this warmer weather, and yeah, it's really nice. Springtime in Chicagoland is a good thing. And let's see. Oh, I see some of this is live, and there's some people here too. That's fantastic. Um, 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 um. So I can't see who you are, but I see that there are some people here. You know, I have a theme for today, and the theme is on this Business Wednesday, don't do it alone. Well, I can tell you from firsthand experience here that it's better together. So I'm going to start today with a little a virtue. The virtue is cooperation, and I'm going to talk about how it affects me today as I'll get into why I'm here today without Miranda, and hopefully you'll get some insight here. So the word I want to talk about is cooperation, which is something that we do here every day. And I'm sorry if I can't see you and I can't know who's here. I can't answer your question. So if you say something, I don't know, maybe I will say hi. Now, I'm probably posting this as Miranda. Oh, it says Green Cow. Ah, I think that's Miranda remotely. Okay, so I said the word we're going to talk about today is cooperation, and I'm going to tell you how that works here. Cooperation is working together for the good of all. It's the willingness to stand side by side and use the different gifts each of us has to offer. We certainly use that one. We seek common goals in service of a unified vision. We blend our abilities to create something none of us could achieve alone. Conflict and contention drain us. Cooperation can fuel our dreams. With cooperation, we help one another to share the load. We willingly do tasks that others ask of us. We look for ways to be helpful and ask for help when we need it. We do not isolate or harbor our loneliness. Together, we accomplish greater things. Great so far. So Dwight D. Eisenhower, who was the 34th president of the United States, said this: though force can protect in an emergency, only justice, fairness, consideration, and cooperation can finally lead men to the dawn of eternal peace. Well, it's a slightly different context, but I can tell you that finding peace in your business requires some cooperation. So what does the practice of cooperation look like? I invite partnership. Now, that's not a legal comment. That is help from other people. I trust the power of unity. I offer my help and ideas freely. I have the humility not to do it all by myself. That's a biggie right there. I have the humility not to do it all myself. I know that I don't have to be alone. I work with enthusiasm for a common goal. So I am thankful for the gift of cooperation. It brings me into community. And today it brings me into the Serving and Succeeding community. Making more money doing what you love is a great thing to do. And so let's talk about cooperation a little bit. It's good to not have to do things alone. And I can tell you from personal experience here that I could not do this without Miranda. And I'm super thankful for that. The fact that she brings life and a perspective that I don't have, and humor and lots of laughing to these presentations and just to business and life in general. She has that gift that she just brightens a room wherever she goes. And here at Green Cow, it's no different. I can't imagine what it would be like to have to try to make this community grow and flourish without Miranda and her input. You can't do everything alone. So Matt, I can see a comment. This is awesome. Matt says, I love helping others with their partnership agreements for those looking to cooperate with others, but still wanting to protect the value of that relationship. And that's super important. If you're going to be cooperating with somebody else, the relationship that you have with that person comes before any legal agreements, anything else like that. People come before business. And this is my opinion. If you don't nurture the relationship itself, then chances are pretty good that the business relationship is going to suffer as well. So keeping on this theme of don't do it alone, I welcome, and I know that there are solopreneurs out there, people who are doing it mostly on their own. Hopefully, though, you have or use some resources like this community here to get some input from some other people. Matt's an attorney. He's a great resource for the community here. And, we can't do it all alone. Nobody is smart enough, good enough, is efficient enough to do all of this sort of stuff on their own. It's just, it's just not possible. There's not enough hours in the day to really excel by yourself. So today, we've been asking for feedback about the best time of the day to have these talks. And what we learned is that there's a possibility that 3 o'clock is a good time for people to have this meeting. And we're going to try that today. Miranda is doing some other things right now. And hopefully at 3 o'clock, she'll be free enough for us to continue this conversation or to answer any questions that you might have about this idea of cooperation. And again, when I say cooperation here, I don't necessarily mean a legal agreement, although if you're going to cooperate with somebody as a partner or as a member of your LLC or things like that, I mean, that does require legal work. But just engaging with other people, that's just engaging with other people. And you can gain so much just by engaging with other people. So if anybody has any questions about Business Wednesday here and about cooperation, about the card I just read, by the way, these cards are virtues cards that come from the Virtues Project International, which is a worldwide effort to spread good words like cooperation around the globe. And they do a great job with it. They are growing. They have been around for quite some time now. It was started in Canada, but now it's all over the world. If you want to know more about the Virtues Project, you can go to virtuesproject.com and you can learn some there, or you can ask me. I like to read about the virtues. I need to practice the virtues, and I like it. I really enjoy that. And of course, the virtue for today is cooperation. Well, it's we normally go about a half an hour. We often go over time and go into the 40-minute range, but I'm not going to do that this morning because we're going to be here again, hopefully at 3, and hopefully some of you can make it there. I'm sure that Miranda will be sending out a reminder, I guess, that we will be going live. And if you are available, we'd love to have you. Let's see here. Well, I think that a couple of things are happening today. And I'm going to use my very best effort at humility to say that when I'm here by myself as a Green Cow member and leader of the group, I don't draw the same audience that Miranda draws. And there's a good reason for that. I mean, she has a totally different personality and people are drawn to her. I tend to be quiet. I don't usually have that much to say. And I really appreciate that. So along those same lines of cooperation, I'm super fortunate. I have a partner, she's actually a business partner, as well as a friend and the person that you know as half of Green Cow. Well, my point was that without Miranda here, I don't draw the same audience. So I appreciate everybody who's here greatly. And if you're watching the replay, fantastic. Try to make it at 3-ish. I'm saying 3 o'clock because I think that's safe, but I'm not positive. I had a couple of conversations with Miranda today, and she's thinking that 3 o'clock might work. I hope that's true. Well, if anybody has any business questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Just anything, because, well, let me give you a little bit of background. I have been in business for many years, decades, more than I'd like to admit to. You know what? I've been in business for 4+ decades, and business has been very good to me. I never had to create and send a resume to anybody for a job. And so if you want some insight from that perspective, I mean, I did go to school for an MBA, but that was a bucket list item and just something that I really wanted to accomplish. It's not, I didn't do it to get a raise or a promotion because I was the business owner. And like I said, I never applied for a job. Well, I've made lots of mistakes. I can tell you that. And one of the joys that I get in life is helping people be aware of, but avoid some of the mistakes that I've made. Certainly I've made my fair share, maybe more than my fair share, but I've also had some great successes too. And in business, it sure feels good when you can do that well and live some of the dreams of your life. I'm an adventurer. I couldn't do that if I didn't have some time flexibility and financial ability to do some of the things that I do. And so, gosh, in life, I am super thankful, and I'd love to share with any of you privately or however you want to do that, or publicly here sometimes. I really feel that I have something to share, you know that, well, maybe you don't know. I do a virtues pick every Tuesday and Thursday right now, really trying to expand that, but I'm also trying to keep up with everything else going on. Sometimes maybe, if you are interested, when Miranda and I do these mindset, business, and career talks on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, if you'd like to hear about a virtue that might be relevant, I'd be happy to dig one up. So, okay, well, I'm not seeing any questions come in that might be. Well, hey, Brandon, I see Brandon. It's really tough for me to kind of keep track of all of this stuff that Miranda normally keeps track of, but it's kind of fun too. I don't know what I don't know about some of this stuff, but I'm learning, and I'm willing to learn. And I love the cooperation that we have, because Miranda definitely has skills that I don't have. Anyway, I'm going to leave this conversation short. We're only 20 minutes into this, and about 20 minutes. And we will be on again at 3-ish. I'm hoping for 3. When I talked briefly to Miranda this morning, she thought that 3 o'clock might work. And she will send out a reminder, and we will do something business related. We might continue this conversation of don't do it alone, which is cooperation. Requires people to reach out to other people for help. We might continue that conversation today, or we might choose something that somebody tosses into the comments. If that happens, cool. We'll still talk about business at about 3 o'clock. Good morning, Chrissy. So this has been quite an interesting adventure. Again, I'm super thankful for the cooperation that I have with Miranda, my business partner. It makes a huge difference, and I really do appreciate all that she does. All right, if you have business questions, toss them into the chat. And we will be back at about 3 o'clock today. And that's all for now. So it's here in Chicagoland. It's a beautiful, pretty day. It's sunny and bright. It's kind of cool, though. We got a little spoiled with the weather, but it's still a beautiful day. So go out, or don't go out if you're stuck still at home or whatever. Figure out a way to do something really nice for somebody else and a whole bunch of people if you have the resources to do that. And I'll talk to you again this afternoon, and I'll be with Miranda. So it should be a good talk. All right, everybody. Bye. Yeah, this is the part where I got to figure out how to turn things off. It's always fun. I think I got it, though. Here we go.